I got an infection and went into spontaneous labor at 34 weeks. My water ruptured at 31 weeks and 6 days, so I was admitted to the hospital, and the goal was for me to get to 34 weeks, and if everything was good, get induced at 35 weeks. But unfortunately, on the day of the 34th, exactly on 34 weeks, I went into spontaneous labor. So that whole night I was feeling achiness and cramping, and then that morning still achiness and cramping, and at 9 a.m. the nurse came in and I was like, okay, let's put me on the monitor because something just feels off right now. And so they put me on the monitor. I was looking at the screen and I saw that I was having regular contractions, which has never happened in the last 2 weeks, and that I was actually feeling something. And after about 20 minutes, it was past 20 minutes, I was like, okay, something's up because the nurse hasn't come in yet. Doctor walks in and was like, it looks like I'm having regular contractions. It looks like I'm going into labor, and they're not going to stop it. They're going to augment it, meaning help move it further along because something might be happening. They suspected maybe an infection was happening. I did say I was having body aches. They got blood work, came back. My white blood cell count was elevated at 16.3, and they were like, okay, we're going to start you on Pitocin as well. I also checked my amniotic fluid, and my amniotic fluid index was at a 1 when 2 weeks ago it was at a 14. So I was leaking constantly for the last 2 weeks. I would go to the bathroom. I started getting bloody discharge, which was not normal as well. And so I was assuming that that was my mucus plug. Then finally at around 10 o'clock, I got transferred to the labor and delivery room. That's when they checked me. I was 3 centimeters, 80% effaced, and -2 station. And they started me on Pitocin. They started me on the lowest dose at 2 cc's an hour. And after about an hour, that's when the next hour was crazy because the contractions were just coming and coming. It was like staying up, going down. It was just crazy. But the contractions felt like someone was stabbing me and just putting a knife through my pelvis. And that's how it felt. I couldn't walk. I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. It was just that debilitating for me. And that's when I asked for the epidural, because I knew that the epidural can take about an hour. Depending on what the doctor is doing or the anesthesiologist is doing. Someone can be getting it before me, things like that. So I asked for it, and that last hour I was like, where the hell is the epidural? So got the epidural, which wasn't bad at all. It was just a lot of pressure. The hardest part was trying to stay as still as possible when I was having contractions. But once it was there, like my legs were like dead weight. No pain at all. They were like numb, and I felt fine until like 30 minutes later.